These are some frequently asked questions about the parts of a California legislative resolution. Which legislative session is designated? At the top of each measure, the following language appears. California Legislature 2019-2020 regular session, for example. The only two items that change would be the two-year legislative session, and if there's an extraordinary session, also called a special session, rather than a regular session, will be noted at the top. How is the resolution number determined? It follows the words House resolution, Senate resolution, Assembly concurrent resolution, Senate concurrent resolution, Assembly joint resolution, or Senate joint resolution. And the Assembly chief clerk or the Secretary of the Senate assigns the resolutions their numbers for each resolution introduced in their respective House of origin. Usually it's done so in the order in which it was received at the Assembly or Senate desk. This number remains the same throughout the legislative process, even when the measure is considered in the second house. How is the author or authors, as well as principal co-authors and regular co-authors designated? In the California legislature, the author is the legislator who authors the resolution. The first line always lists the main author who introduced the resolution. Below the first line lists any principal co-author, and the next line lists any co-author. One list is used for the House of Origin co-authors, and a subsequent line is below that used for co-authors from the other house. What dates are used? It includes the date introduced as well as any dates amended, with the House making the amendment listed on top, the Senate or the Assembly in the date. What's the title of the resolution? The resolution title, which is a short phrase, is also called the relating clause because it begins with the phrase relative to, and then it describes relative to transportation, for example. And the title must encompass the subject matter contained in the resolution. What is contained in the Legislative Council's digest? It merely states what the resolution would actually do. Which digest key is included in a resolution? It contains only the fiscal committee key. And finally, what is contained in the resolution text? This is the actual language of a resolution. It contains whereas clauses followed by one or more resolved clauses. And these are the provisions that make up the anatomy of a bill or of a resolution, excuse me, in the California State Legislature.